Finish. I have postponed my meeting, 7:30, so no problem. 12 only I have meeting. I told him to close it at 11:30.
No, I know, that's why
I thought he will hurry up. Don't need to. Aram se. इधर आ जाइए. जी, नमस्कार. बढ़िया.
थोड़ा एक मीटिंग में तो
Start.
So very good morning to all the dignitaries and officials present over here. So this is a unique event that today ACT is going to launch. That is the second edition of Entrepreneurship in Waste Management. Before, rather than saying a welcome address, I would just like to say a few words regarding how it evolved with the ACT. In 2018, when Madam Dinisha approached the ACT, like, would like to join the organizing event. So we were literally wondered how this will move ahead, because two deadly combinations. One is only ladies, and second thing is restricted just to waste management. We were literally confused how we could take forward this program. But when it got launched, it was, I think, the only one event where we could gather such a huge gathering. That is 3,000 plus girls, precisely 3,450 something number of girls representing 21 states assembled at Jain University, Bangalore. And the beauty of the program was that it was presided over by Honorable Sitaram sir at that time. And Honorable Vice Chairman sir was one of the keynote speakers there, advising the students how to take up their career as a successful entrepreneur. Then based on the success, then we had planned for the second edition, that is in 2019. So MNIT Jaipur had gave the orders like they would like to host the event. More than 200 odd registrations also happened. That time only the COVID spread, and we were forced, the government has forced us to stop the event. Even though it was, the launch was carried out by the then Honorable Minister for Education, Ramesh Pokhriyal sir, we were forced to close the event as COVID was that time rising high and all the public events were closed. Now this is that second edition is being postponed now. It is, even though for us it is the third time we are coordinating, in literally this is the second time this event is happening now. So this time a lot of excitement is also attached to this event. So that's all about Women Entrepreneurship in Waste Management program, which is going to be launched today by Honorable Chairman sir. So let me welcome all of you on behalf of Training and Learning Bureau, because we know all of us are busy with varied activities, and we all assembled here shows like we are one and we are committed towards the overall upliftment of technical education in the country. Before moving further, let me, with the permission of Almighty and all present over here, request Honorable Chairman sir, Vice Chairman sir, Secretary sir, Praveen ji, and Vinisha ji to light the auspicious lamp and
Please come.
in addition to our house deliveries and guests, we have three guests, honored guests from outside. We have Praveen Ramdas ji, is for National Organization Secretary for Vigyan Bharati. We have Vinisha ji, the Executive Director for International Peace Management. We have Maulik Kaushik ji, he was the former Director of Technology Development. Now, with the permission of all, let me invite Vinisha ji to give a brief about what is waste human entrepreneurship in waste management program and what are we giving it. Please.
Good morning, everybody. It's actually a very auspicious day for us, and in fact, it looks as if this day was needed with the kind of people who are here, because this is the same team which was also present, like Rameshji was telling. So I think the last time it's not just the COVID, but the team did not come through. So maybe it's definitely an auspicious occasion for us. And in fact, if we look at why this went, to transform India into a 5 trillion economy, because that's what we have been, the country is poised now, and especially in Amritkal. And the strategic perspective is to bring women who form the 50% of our population into the growth hub. We do have a few women who are already in this trajectory, but what we are actually looking at is to give them the empowerment so that this forms a force, and we will definitely reach the 5 trillion target very soon. So WEP is mainly set to catapult India into this global big league. Next, please. How do we get in here? We have the three pillars which forms the backbone of this project, this program. One is the women power, then the waste management, and new opportunities, innovations. So all these three components are there in this program, and that is why it makes it really unique. All these three are the pillars of development for our country also. So when we look at women power, as I already mentioned, this 50% of our population has to be mainstreamed, and waste management is one of the best ways to actually bring them into this mainstream in terms of entrepreneurship. The reason is because for all other entrepreneurship, there is already a big competition, and there is a lot of saturation in the market. Whereas waste management, there is this opportunity because it is growing at a very high rate, 7.9% CAGR in our country. So a good place to invest. And we call this as the future IT sector of the country. Waste management also is looked at as the next oil in the world, because it provides energy, and it is also forming the secondary resource, especially in terms of circular economy, which again is being talked about so much in the sustainability sector. And for the climate impact, I think this is one of the best ways to go, because for our country especially, because there's so much of opportunity to use this huge resource. because every single person in India is generating waste. And that's the reason the opportunity is also huge. And innovation is another key because we still have a lot of opportunities, and our waste management in our country is also slightly different because the type of waste is different, and also the way it needs to be done, the technology, because of geographical condition. So that is why we need a lot of innovation in this field. So all these put together is what is making this program really a unique one, and which is looked up so that we bring in a change in the country. Next. And not to forget the life mission, because this touches every single population. So by bringing a change here, which means the life mission, which is which was introduced by our Prime Minister, this is going to really get a good fillip. Yeah. My presentation on the is lined in such a way that there is introduction, then what is web and its activities, and the registration process. I would just briefly mention about it. Next. Yeah. Women are also recognized as the economic foundation of the country. So that's the reason why we are concentrating on this particular the entrepreneurship development, because we have also seen some of the studies which says that 45% of Indian women in the rural areas are driven to startups. So we are not only looking at the women students who are going to participate, but we have designed this program in such a way that the colleges will also work with the rural women or the urban poor, that is from the slums and all that, so that they are also part of it. So it's not just talking about women students from the elite colleges or from the 10,000 odd colleges which are part of the AICT. Next. India also exhibits the third highest gender gap. So that's also the reason why we have taken this project as an empowerment. So it's not that every single women student will become an entrepreneur, but they will be also working with various other sectors. They will also work with the firms in waste management, so they will understand the sector better. So maybe out of all the, like we had 5,500 women students who were registered in the previous program, not as a, not by pitching on the program, but they just wanted to understand the system. And that is the reason we had this 5,000 odd women students who came and registered for the program. So Swachh Bharat Mission, then we have the women programs. All this, even AICT is also aligned to such government programs. So this is another reason. Next. And this program is completely on implementation. So it's not like a one-day event. And that's another main feature here. Yeah. Our activities, like Raveshji already mentioned, 2018 we launched this. We had 3,500 women students who represented from 23 states, and it was a 2 day conclave. After that, we had series of events across the country where these women students had several programs where we had leaders from women entrepreneurs or in who are already stalwarts. So they gave some talks. They gave some tips on how to enter entrepreneurship. We also had exposure visits for these women students, both in waste management companies and also in corporates, where they had special programs for enhancement of entrepreneurship. Then we also had a program where we brought them together with investors. And in fact, 2019, there were a lot of startups which came up, and there were investors, but those investors were not really interested in waste management. But today, when we are now going for the next phase, we have a lot of investors who are interested in climate funding and also in waste management, which is again a good start for us. Next, just to give you a glimpse on how this program is launched. We also had another program where we developed a group or a cooperative called the Kusuri Mane. This was along with Lagudyog Bharati under the same program, where we had many students, women students from Bangalore who had registered in this program, who also participated. And we had an entire array of all the waste management products, in the sense, products made out of waste. So it was not just upcycling, but also many of the recycled items, waste, that is textile waste, up to metal waste. And we had also people who prepared, who were also manufacturing biogas plants and other high-tech technologies. There are women who are now exclusively into these kind of technology manufacturing. Next. Coming to our activities, what we are going to do soon after this launch, in fact, after the conclave, which we will have in 2 locations, one in the south and one in the north. We haven't identified the host organization still, which is the next process which AICT will be undertaking. And but there is a tentative location which would be either Tamil Nadu and Delhi. And after this, we will have an exposure visit of these students who are registered, because they will have to register in the portal, which will be also launched today. And once the portal is up, the students can register, and they will have exposure visits to waste management firms. And this will not, it will be across the country, because every state has few firms which are already working. Then we will have special mentoring programs where we have identified mentors who will work with these women students. And we will have master classes on online and offline on specific topics, because this we will decide after the registration and the ideas which are generated. We will also encourage incubation of the startups in institutions. Last time also we did have 2 colleges which took up these incubation centers. Then we will have also networking with international agencies, because we already have got some indications from UN agencies like UNDP, UNEP, who are also willing to participate in this program. We will also have, like last time it was GIZ who had promised that they would take the students also to other countries, especially Europe, and give them the exposure on the companies there and the technologies there. So this is the kind of activities which we are planning under this program. Next. So the 3 organizations, the 2 organizations, AICT and IIWM, we have been working in this field. So hope that this countrywide program will actually reach even the remotest areas. Because last time also we had students who are coming from Northeast, from real remote places. So hope that we will, we require all your support, so that we will reach out to every single corner of India, and we will have women entrepreneurs. The aim is to create new breed of women entrepreneurs, especially in the waste management domain. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinisha ji, for giving an overview of what is. Now over to, let me request Praveen Ramdas ji, Organization Secretary of
नमस्कार। आज के इस कार्यक्रम में हमारे बीच में पधारे एआईसीटी के आदरणीय चेयरमैन टीजी सीतारामन सर, वाइस चेयरमैन आदरणीय अभय चेरे जी, मेंबर सेक्रेटरी आदरणीय राजीव कुमार जी, AWM के डायरेक्टर बिनीशा जी, पूरे कार्यक्रम को संयोजन करने वाला रमेश उन्नीकृष्णन जी और AICT के सारे अधिकारीगण, सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। लगभग मुझे लगता है कि बिनीशा जी ने सारे विषय को कवर किया है। विज्ञान भारती पिछले 30 साल से भारत के अंदर एक स्वदेशी विज्ञान के आइडियोलॉजी को लेके कार्य करते आ रहे हैं। और स्वदेशी विज्ञान के बारे में बोलते हैं तो हम बोलते हैं एक भारत का विज्ञान, एक भारत के लिए विज्ञान। भारत का विज्ञान माने जो भारत में जन्म है, भारत, इंडियन कंट्रीब्यूशन टू द वर्ल्ड ऑफ साइंस, तो उसके ऊपर भी कार्य करते हैं। और भारत के लिए जो विज्ञान, जो समाज की आखिरी व्यक्ति तक, जो समाज की आखिरी पंक्ति में जो व्यक्ति खड़ा है, उनके जीवन कैसे विज्ञान से ठीक हो सकते हैं और देश का वैभव के लिए विज्ञान कैसे उपयुक्त हो सकता है, इस कार्य में विज्ञान भारती कार्य करता है। 2005 में हमने एक पृथ्वी ग्लोबल एको मीट, एक वर्ल्ड कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑन एको फ्रेंडली प्रोडक्ट्स, टेक्नोलॉजीज एंड इनिशिएटिव्स, ऐसा एक प्रोग्राम विज्ञान भारती ने शुरू किया। और उसी समय से देश के अंदर जो एक ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजीज और इको फ्रेंडली इनिशिएटिव्स के रूप क्षेत्र में विज्ञान भारती कार्य करते आ रहा है। और 2010 में हमने IAWM का शुरुआत किया। उसका मुख्य उद्देश्य उस समय वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट को लेके एक इंस्टीट्यूट, ऐसा एक सोच मुझे लगता है कि बहुत कम था ही नहीं। उस समय विज्ञान भारती के साथ एक गांधीयन YP आनंद जी, उनका एक बड़ा इच्छा था कि इस तरह का एक संस्था होना चाहिए जो कंसल्टेंसी, रिसर्च और एकेडमिक्स में काम करना चाहिए। तो उस दृष्टि से विज्ञान भारती मध्य प्रदेश सरकार के अनुदान के साथ हमने इस इंस्टीट्यूट को खड़ा किया। लेटर विनीशा जी आया, GI सेट हमारा साथ जुड़ा, तो इस संस्था का एक पैन इंडिया रिप्रेजेंटेशन हुआ। और पूरे भारत में उच्चिष्ट, हमने उसका हिंदी में उसको अपशिष्ट बोलता है, पर हमने उसको नाम रखा उच्चिष्ट प्रबंधन संस्थान। कि वेस्ट को लेके भारत का जो देखने का एक नजरिया ऐसा है कि हमारे लिए सब चीज रिसोर्सफुल है, हमारे लिए वेस्ट का कंसेप्ट ही नहीं है। तो उस तरह के हमने उसको उच्चिष्ट प्रबंधन संस्था, इस तरह हमने काम शुरू किया। और मुझे बताने में ये गर्व है कि हमने भारत के बड़े बड़े इंडस्ट्रीज के साथ, टाटा के साथ और उसके साथ कोल इंडिया के साथ, इस तरह की बड़े बड़े PSUs के साथ हमने काम किया। उनके कुछ वेस्ट की समस्याओं को लेके कुछ कंसल्टेंसी किया, कुछ CSR प्रोग्राम्स किया। और हमारे लिए ये गर्व की बात है कि AICT जैसा एक बहुत बड़ा शैक्षणिक संस्थान, जो दुनिया में ही एक बहुत बड़ा शैक्षणिक संस्थान है, उनके साथ टाइप करने में और हमारे हमको साथ लेने के लिए मैं IICT को धन्यवाद देने के लिए मैं इस कार्यक्रम में आया है। तो मैं विज्ञान भारती के सभी ओर से आज AICT के सभी लीडरशिप को धन्यवाद देता हूँ। और इस कार्यक्रम को जिस उद्देश्य से किया है, उस उद्देश्य को पूरा करने के लिए हम सब लोग मिलकर कार्य करेंगे। इतना ही मैं बोल के मेरा वाणी को विराम।
Praveen ji, for your words of wisdom. Let me request our honorable member secretary, Sir Rajiv Kumar, sir, to speak words of wisdom.
Thank you, Ramesh. Honorable Chairman AICT, Professor T.G. Sitaram ji, Vice Chairman Dr. Abhay Jere ji, Praveen ji, Vinisha ji, and officers and officials of the AICT. First of all, I congratulate Vinisha ji, Praveen ji for coming forward and taking AICT in this initiative. And we have, as we all listened, that the first event was organized in 2018, and due to pandemic, we could not complete the second event in Jaipur. And this is a program where we are managing waste and generating wealth out of the waste. These are the two initiatives of this program. And this program is particularly for women. And we all know that women are more sensitive towards the issue, particularly the nature. And I congratulate your organization, your institute, selecting women. And as you already said, that the women face all such type of problems due to waste in Delhi. We all see this huge mountain of waste at Gazipur and one at Chandigarh Highway, near to the Chandigarh Highway. So these are the issues which are very related to the common people. And when we are connecting women, definitely some good work will be done and results will be shown in time to come. I once again thanks for joining hands with AICT. Thank you very much. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Let me request Honorable Vice Chairman, Sir Abhijay sir, to speak to you.
Honorable Chairman, sir, Member Secretary, sir, Praveen ji, Vidisha ji. First, I would really like to thank you for joining hands with AICT. And as Member Secretary rightly said, that this initiative through AICT, we will able to take it to all our institutions and create the sensitization regarding waste management, circular economy in a right way. But more importantly, I would like to request you to do two important things which will have a long-term impact. One, I would request, because I am aware of the great work which you people are doing, I will request you through AICT to get in touch with NCERT so that currently NCERT is working on National Curriculum Framework, and the impetus or the stress which needs to be given on waste management and circular economy can be conveyed, and right kind of components could be included in our curricula, which will help us push this entire concept within our school education system also. And we can certainly seek guidance on Honorable Chairman in this regard. The second important issue is that certainly an event is being done, and I had attended your last event, and there are a lot of innovators which come in area of waste management. And as innovation cell head, we also have a lot of schemes where we fund some of these innovations. And especially when we are looking at good projects and women-led startups, we hardly get opportunity, or we hardly get good instances in that regard. So I will also request my team to look into this issue and explore how we can actually take the input of this initiative while screening our entries. And if possible, we can actually also give them incubation support so that a sustainable startup and could emerge out of it, where we can handhold and through our ecosystem ensure that something really concrete comes out of it. So these are a couple of suggestions from my side where we can do something long-term and concrete so that it is mutually beneficial. Also, it will yield the desired results, which we are all expecting. So I wish you again great luck for this initiative and great success. And let's move this movement forward, because this is one of the most critical movements. As Praveenji rightly said, there is no concept of wastage in India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir, for guiding us in what way to proceed ahead post launch of the event. Now, with the permission of Almighty and our present over here, let me request Honorable Chairman, sir, to launch the event by putting the good lights.
Share meeting. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for the official launch. Eagerly waiting to hear you on some of this stuff.
And we have to launch.
Yeah.
So I request her, ये भी ना डालो.
ये भी दे दो.
Waste management की बात कर रहे हैं. Zoom out करो, विदिशा जी भी आने दो. Zoom in नहीं, zoom out.
Zoom out करो.
Ah,
Thank you.
thank you.
So, namaskar. Very good morning to all of you. Sri Praveen Ramdas, National Secretary of Gyan Bharati, and also the trustee of the International Institute of Waste Management. Ms. P. Binisha, Executive Director. Navneet Kaushik ji. Sir Rajiv Kumar, Sir Dr. Abhay Jere ji, Ramesh Krishnan, and all the other officers of AICTE, staff, and all the people who have assembled here, ladies and gentlemen. I was very happy to launch the Women Entrepreneurship in Waste Management Program, WEWP Summit 2023. This is an inspiring activity of involving women towards self-empowerment. It also solves or attempts to solve a problem, which is a burning issue in our country, particularly in many urban areas. It's not just Delhi alone. Many of the places, our waste mounds are simply rising. They have crossed even 65-meter tall mountains. Delhi has 4 such of them. And many such, hillocks of waste, which is actually a wealth. So waste to wealth is a very excellent concept, but it is there for a very long time. And I think Binisha ji will remember, I started in 1994 a course on hazardous waste, and she attended that at Indian Institute of Science. So that was when.
A student of
94 means, you can imagine now. It's a very long period, 30 years back, which was supported by the then Pollution Control Board. So I know her from last 30 years. What I liked about her is, she is persistently working on the same problem. I moved on. So not left that waste.
our association also has continued.
Continue. Very nice. Friends, the role of women, I don't need to emphasize today to this audience. Let us first of all remember today the great feat of ISRO women scientists who are part of Chandrayaan 3. India is on the moon. Let's give a big applause for the women of ISRO. And actually, we are starting today another event also, Chandrayaan Utsav, in all our engineering colleges, which will culminate on 4th of September. Their Honorable Prime Minister is going to address all our colleges, where the scientific rigor with which our ISRO scientists have worked and placed the rover now is moving now slowly into and taking pictures. It also traced a big bit in front of it and moved away from it.
Yes.
So that's a very, very interesting. Pragyan is a very intelligent rover. So I think a big plot for the scientists of ISRO. I'm very happy also to inform you that more than 30 scientists of ISRO who are associated directly with Chandrayaan 3 are also giving talks to all our young people in engineering colleges, and it will culminate on 4th. So coming back to this program, I still remember, I went to Jain University in 2018, and I did not know actually what was the scale of that program. I went there and looked at it, everywhere is women. And 3,000 plus people were sitting in that auditorium where she asked me to give a talk on waste management. So I felt, it's a great feat what they could achieve with assembling that 3,000 women entrepreneurs. Because today, entrepreneurial activities are very, very critical. We want to, I saw the Benicia's first statement, want to be a 5 trillion economy, we need more entrepreneurs who can create jobs and who can create wealth, and that too out of nowhere, that is waste. Okay. So it's a very, very important activity. I'm very happy to be associated with it. I just wanted to tell you that this was actually an approved event, and she little bit slightly delayed it because of the COVID. Otherwise, it was approved in 2018 itself. So we are only now coming together and executing this. And I wish the program a great success. I also wish that many of these women will start their own entrepreneurial activities, and it becomes an earning not only for them, for the entire family. So you could see the effect, the cascading effect of woman being an entrepreneur. That she's going to support the entire family, their children and their parents. It's like or the neighborhood. So it's going. I'm very, very, very positive that this 5,000 plus aspiring women entrepreneurs in waste management would be a great asset. And this program will not only guide them, maybe handheld them and take their initiatives or their startups to a newer level. And we would like to see the impact of this maybe after a year. We would like you to look at that and study the impact and bring in the best case studies so that this could be a guiding model for running the entrepreneurial activities involving men and downtrodden. With these few words, I again wish the entire team of International Waste Management team at Gyan Bharati and the entire team of Vigyan Bharati itself, are actually working across the nation for this effort, bringing in scientific aspects into this. So the science also will come out of the activities of new innovations, new innovative ideas will come out of this and make these entrepreneurs a self-sustainable and revenue generating women entrepreneurs. So congratulations once again. I was very happy to launch this program as part of AICT and International Waste Management Institute. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, for before winding up today, we have one small event left out. That is the release of the second edition of our AICT's own news magazine, AICT. We request for the Chairman, sir, please.
Again, zoom out.
Yes, this is better.
Thank you.
Yes. Restart.
Now we have format we have involved colleges, our chairman have given lots of suggestions.